Well done, Mr. Conley. Well done indeed. A fine story. She told us all. Ladies and gentlemen, I've something to admit. But I'm afraid. I'm frightened for our country. I'm scared by what I have seen. And what I've seen is no joke. I've always told you the day would come when I would talk to you about the impending doom of our species, and that you would know that day. Not because I told you the truth in the past, I haven't. Not because I know what the truth is, I don't. But because I would tell it to you while wearing glasses. This is that day. And these are those glasses. So open your ears, Gonzaga Mock Trial, because for the next 15 to 20 minutes, I will just bend them over and fill them with the truth. Now I know what you're saying. Don't you think that I'm going to come up here and try to show doubts? Yeah. That I'm going to go through opposing counsel's case and systematically prove doubt at every level, and I could do that, ladies and gentlemen. For there is a lot of doubt. But come on. Is that really what we want to hear? I don't think so. That's not what the American people need to hear. So what am I going to do? I'm going to stand up here and I'm going to use my brain to send nerve impulses to my voice box. I'm going to use my voice box to create sound, and what I need you to do is to hear. Don't wait. Wait, what? Before you are the roots of the trees of radicalism and tyranny within Gonzaga Mock Trial, centered around Jake Dini. Now, as you read this board, you're probably asking yourself, Sawyer, what are you doing? There's no way that you could possibly connect Jake Dini to a Maoist theocracy, to the Beaver Selkie, and then the Battle of Bunker Hill. And to which point, I say, can you not see the lines? How can you tell me that there is no connection when I do it for you right there? Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the start. I know you're also probably thinking, Sawyer, what about the people who disagree with you? What about the people who say, Sawyer, you have no evidence whatsoever to connect Jake Dini to the decline of human society? Well, let's talk about those people with their facts and their knowledge and their college degrees. We could listen to them. We could listen to our feelings. I know that's true. And I need you to listen, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not here to tell you facts. That's not my job. I think we've already known all along what the facts of this case are. God didn't put Sawyer Margett on this earth to make meaningful conclusions based off of inferences on complete intangible sets of data. That's not my job. God put Sawyer Margett on this earth to do two things. To have salon quality hair and to read the news, and that's what we're going to do tonight. Breaking news from Midlands itself. That's what we're about today.
I'm scoring here live at the Gonzaga Mock Trial exhibition match, and we have chaos ensuing. Apparently the White House administration is under a lot of turmoil right now, all centered around Jake Dini. We have reports that there are looting, pillaging, and even acts of cannibalism going on right now during the exhibition match.
My God, you have actually seen looting, pillaging, and even acts of cannibalism happening in the Dini White House. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. It's just what we are reporting. We believe the death toll is in the hundreds of millions, and given that Gonzaga Mock Trial only has about 20 members, this will be quite devastating. Now, yes, this is coming in live, yet I believe we're going to have a one-on-one live meeting with the president himself, Jake Dini.
Come forth, Mr. Dini.
What is in my hair?
Answer for your question.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Dini.
Good afternoon.
Now, Mr. Dini, we all know that your presidency has been a complete and total failure. Your attempts to hijack and pursue a sort of top-down equality have been complete and total failures. Your policies have been unduly restrictive to the people of Gonzaga Mock Trial. That's the response.
Sound like my mom.
And you know what? While we're moving past that, Mr. Dini, we'd like to ask you a few questions. Now, what do you say to your critics who claim that the Jake Dini plan there is no Jake Dini plan for comprehensive peace in the Middle East? How do you respond to such accusations?
There is.
Now, Mr. Dini, moving past that, we overheard in messages left on the White House cell phone something about a conversation between you and a doctor involving a painful burning sensation. Now, can you please tell us how you answer your critics' claims about this painful burning sensation and how you plan to use this painful burning sensation to help with next year's budget crisis? Moving past that,
You're talking about my burning sensation.
not anymore. Moving past that, Mr. Dini, we all have concerns, questions, the theocratic nature of your government. Do we have any more information from our reporter in the field?
Yes, I'm standing here live with a secret informant inside the own Jake Dini administration, Eric Cohen. But since we're keeping him a secret, we're going to call him Derek Cohen.
You know, you're protecting his information. All you did was add a D to the front of his name.
We all know Eric wants the D. Now, we all heard a little bit more about a downfall in the president's administration. We've heard something about a lady in white. Now, I have a quote here from the lady in white saying, I'd love to read this right. Yes, it says, if the dove is the bird of peace, that makes the swallow the bird of love. Care to comment on that?
Yes, I believe the woman in white made a very good point when she said that.
Okay, that's good, that's good. We also have quotes here that she would go down faster than the Kansas City Royals in a playoff baseball game. Is that true?
Shoot, that's great.
I'm not answering any of these questions.
Okay, well, moving on. We hear that she's also single and ready to mingle. Okay, here it comes.
She's actually not single.
Okay, not single and ready to mingle. Okay. Now, we also heard a little bit about the president's alcoholism. Now, do you know anything about this? Wait, actually, hold on. We're getting this in. Yes, this is true. We're confirming it now with our sources back home. Can you go to the bar, Eric? Go ahead. You cannot go to the bar.
That's where I cannot be.
So, if the president was experiencing some of his alcoholic problems inside the bar, would you be able to report on it?
I would not be able to report.
You would not be able to report on it. Okay. Well, that's all I have for now, but back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Doug. Fine reporting. Mr. Dini, just a few more questions. Now, you've been president for the last year, is that true?
More or less.
And we're looking at the last day of your lame duck presidency.
6 hours and 2 minutes.
Well, Mr. Dini, there have been some criticism, some rumors coming from the White House, that there are growing problems between yourself and the First Lady. Now, given that this is your lame, given that this is the last day of your lame duck presidency, can you tell the court whether or not the critics claim that your presidency might not be the only thing that has gone lame with age, and how that might be relating to your problems?
No comment.
No comment. Just what we expect from a Jake Dini presidency. Back to our reporter in the field.
You fascist.
Well, sorry to tell can't seem to find her. I know you have a Michelle temper when it comes to these things, but
That's all right. How much time do we have?
I'm not sure. I think we might be a day late and a dollar Michelle has sold.
Well, I still have a Michelle list of things to talk about.
Okay, that's good. Probably you start with that Michelle list of things.
Any conclusions, Mr. Dirk? Take a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the woman in white.
Whoa, she's attractive.
Let's go over the evidence. Now you've been here in court and you've heard all about Jake Dini. You heard from himself that Jake Dini is suffering from a painful burning sensation. That fact is not in dispute. Now I know what you're saying. Sawyer, that's not all we heard. We also heard that Jake Dini is an alcoholic. The two are linked. See it like that? Both of these things are contributing factors to the decline in the mock trial world. As the evidence has shown. We're not. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we must ask ourselves. We must ask ourselves if the evidence is clear and convincing enough to find a conviction. Well, I submit to you that it is, but the person we are convicting today is not my client. The person we're convicting today is Jake Dini. For at the end of today's trial, can we pretend that Jake Dini will not take retribution for these offenses? I don't think we can. Jake Dini has an entire army of supporters, a family, if you will. You know who else had a family? Charles Manson. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't feel comfortable living in a world where Charles Manson is in charge of our extracurricular mock trial program. I don't think you are either. And you shouldn't be, and you shouldn't have to be. For in the end, ladies and gentlemen, can we pretend that Jake Dini is anything other than a woman scorned, like which fury hell hath known? No, we cannot. And because of that, I ask you to find Jake Dini guilty. Thank you.